Accepting commissions via Ko-Fi. Go read. Chapter 3. Alpha with Pheromone Disorder. Free. Song Qin slowly took a handkerchief from the chest pocket of his suit and gently wiped the bloodstains and the transparent saliva from the area between his thumb and forefinger. It seemed as though the soft touch still lingered on the fabric of his suit pants. Song Qin awkwardly picked up the file from the floor and handed both the umbrella and the backpack to the butler who had come to greet him. Shui Que still held back, stopping when he tasted the blood. Song Qin couldn't quite describe the feeling. It felt like a stray cat, just brought into its new home. The owner, unaware for a moment, let the house be turned upside down by the cat, and when the owner finally tried to discipline the animal, the cat scratched him. After the cat escaped, the owner looked at the not-too-serious wound and comforted himself, thinking that the cat must still have some affection for him. As he got out of the car, someone promptly handed him a spare silver cane. "Eldest young master, dinner is ready," the butler said. In the blink of an eye, Song could see Shui Que. He had run off so fast, probably already inside the house. "Is father joining us for dinner tonight?" "No, sir doesn't like the weather in Haicheng lately, so he flew back to the manor in the Miwo for rest earlier." The butler followed along with Song Qin's pace. "Before leaving, sir said that the young master should be under your care." Song Qin nodded. Father Song adhered to strict corporal punishment, while his mother was adept at psychological control and emotional manipulation. Song Qin had grown up in a high-pressure family atmosphere. As a child, he once wondered if it would have been easier if he had a brother to share the burden. However, the so-called siblings that appeared were all kept at bay by his mother, not allowed into the house. Instead, it was he, adopted from his mother's side of the family, who ended up inheriting the Song family. Sometimes, Song Qin wondered if this couple even cared about whether the child was their biological offspring. They just needed a sufficiently smart, resilient child to execute their perfect training plan and bear their twisted control. After finally growing strong enough to overshadow his parents and take over the family business, his politically arranged parents divorced and went their separate ways. It was then that the brother he had longed for in his childhood slowly emerged. It seemed that he no longer needed that role. Thinking back to that pale face, he was secretly glad Shui Que hadn't been brought back when he was younger. Otherwise, facing such parents' upbringing would have been much harder for him than it was for Song Qin himself. As he had thought earlier, harsh suppression wasn't suitable for a child like that. Song Qin sighed. He couldn't draw any useful educational experience from his parents and didn't know how to communicate with a young person of this age. He walked up to the second floor and saw Shui Que's room, where the dark wooden cane was placed by the door firmly shut. Although he knew the outcome, Song Qin still turned the doorknob with a faint hope. As expected, it was locked tight. The butler suggested, "Eldest young master, should we call the security to bring the key?" Song Qin shook his head. His hand, with clearly defined knuckles, gently tapped on the door. "Shui Que, it's time for dinner." From inside came a muffled reply, "I'm not hungry." Song Qin had no choice but to raise his hand and take the light backpack from the butler's hand. It didn't even have an extra book inside. He frowned. "The teacher said you need to write a self-reflection. Your backpack is hanging on the door. Think about where you went wrong today. Come down to eat when you've figured it out," Song Qin said coldly. He hung the backpack on the door handle, and just then, there was a loud bang from behind the door, as though something heavy had been thrown at it. Shui Que's muffled voice came from inside, "I didn't do anything wrong. Don't interfere with me." After a long pause, footsteps retreated, and the area outside was finally quiet. "How did I do?" Shui Que's cheeks flushed with excitement as he asked the system, "Did I perform well?" In order not to interfere with the host's work, System 77 usually kept its form hidden during character interactions and was only now fluttering up and down in the air. "Excellent. You portrayed the character exceptionally well. If there were an annual newcomer award, I'd definitely push for you. Being the bad guy is fun, I can even throw tantrums." Shui Que picked up the item he had thrown earlier, dusted it off, and placed it neatly back in its original spot. It was a small power bank that wasn't broken but had 2 new scratches on it. "What a naughty little kitten with sharp claws." The teasing tone came again, the unfamiliar voice from earlier. "Wait, the cat's good, but the person's bad. It's all that old man's fault." The deep voice ended with a slight rise in pitch, full of interest. Shui Que tensed his face, warily glancing around, but didn't notice anything unusual. "Who are you?" No one replied. Instead, System 77, who had been silent until now, suddenly swayed its body. "What's wrong?" "What happened?" Shui Que was puzzled. He quietly opened the door again, but the hallway was empty. He grabbed the backpack hanging on the door handle and quickly locked the door again. "Did you not hear that?" There was another person's voice just now. A large question mark appeared on System 77's small screen. Then, it seemed to realize something. Ah, I know, host. My connection channel was cut off just now. It must have been the Overseer's doing. Overseer? System 77 explained, the observers come from a separate, independent department and are considered special employees. Their job is to conduct irregular inspections to ensure that the world order and the performances of regular employees are not breaking down. If necessary, they can assist employees, but if an employee violates the rules, the observer records it, and eventually, they may face punishment. Observers do not reveal themselves, but they can cut off a system's communication channel and replace it with their own to issue reminders to employees. Did the observer just speak? What did they say to you? Shui Que lowered his gaze. Even though he couldn't fully understand what the observer had said, his intuition told him not to repeat it to the system. He mumbled vaguely, brushing it off, nothing important, just some strange nonsense. Maybe they connected to the wrong channel. Oh, System 77 didn't press further and instead reminded him, host, don't forget you have a live stream tonight. I remember. Shui Que placed his school bag onto the swivel chair in front of the desk. As a background character and canon fodder, Song Shui Que's storyline wasn't extensive. The two main plot points surrounding him were his life at school and his activities on a live streaming platform. The autumn sky darkened quickly. By the time Shui Que finished his shower and stepped out, the golden dusk had already faded into a deep, inky blue. In the Song family's mansion, most bedrooms were made up of 3 connected rooms. The main bedroom in the center, a bathroom on one side, and a walk-in closet on the other. He hadn't adjusted the blow dryer's settings properly, and the wind blew his hair into a messy tangle. Without checking if it was fully dry, he turned off the dryer, the tips of his hair still damp and dripping slightly. The original character, Song Shui Que, had first come to Haichang and passed by a large plaza, where an advertisement for the Orange livestream platform played on a massive screen. The Omega on the screen did nothing but sit there and chat with the audience, yet countless alphas and betas showered them with virtual gifts. Money poured in effortlessly. Seeing this, Shui Que had a sudden idea. With his disabled gland and lifelong struggle with pheromone disorder, he realized that this illness could be turned into an advantage. Tentatively, he submitted a fabricated resume to the Orange platform's email. In the gender field, he wrote, Omega. Due to the platform's lax review process, his application was approved, and they even assigned him an agent. Shui Que opened the original owner's WeChat account and saw a message from his agent. Today's your first live stream. Wishing you a successful debut, Shui Shui. Shui Shui was the fake name the original owner had made up, and also his platform username. Shui Que found the selfie stick the original owner had left behind, opened the Orange app, fiddled around for a bit, and finally located the live streaming option. His face appeared on the phone screen. The lingering heat from the shower had left his cheeks a soft blush. He casually took a screenshot and set it as his live stream cover. A notification popped up. Viewers are entering your stream. The screen displayed a few usernames of new arrivals, with scrolling black text comments floating across. OMG, I'm calling him my wife immediately. That bed is so white, bushy. You sure are comfortable with us, sitting on your bed for our first meeting. Is this really what I'm supposed to see on Orange Livestream? Huge shout out to Candy Corns 2 on Disc.